In today's video, you'll see the result of crossing animals with other animals. Contrary to what you may think, creating hybrid animals isn't a new thing. Humans have been crossbreeding animals for hundreds of years, and for various reasons. And the result of which, as you will see, are animals that are absolutely amazing, some useful, but all a bit weird. What's your favorite hybrid animal? Let us know down in the comments. Number 10. Jag lion. Jaguars and lions are two of the world's most fearsome predators. These beautiful big cats are magnificent specimens of the big cat family. But when combined, you get the jag lion, a big cat even more epic than its parents. Jag lions are the offspring of a male jaguar and a lioness. If it were the other way around, the offspring will be called liguars, but none have been born yet, at least as of writing. The first jag lions are the result of an unintentional mating between a captive jaguar and lioness. This accidental mating happened between a black jaguar called Diablo and a female lion called Lola at the Bear Creek Wildlife Sanctuary. One has the coloring of a lion with the spots of a jaguar, while another took on the grey coat of their father with black spots. Number 9. Growler bear. A growler bear is the offspring of a grizzly and, what else, a polar bear. They look very much like polar bears with their white fur, except with brown tinges on the hair tips. This hybrid is not a byproduct of intentional breeding, but instead happened naturally. Polar bears and grizzly bears often encounter each other on the border of the tundra and the sea in Alaska and in northern parts of Canada today. When they meet each other during the mating season, two species interbreed and create hybrids known as growler bears or pizzly bears. In 2006, a man shot the bear with an odd coloring in Sax Harbor, Canada. Scientists then studied the animal, and it was confirmed that the coloring was the result of a grizzly and a polar bear mating. This first discovery of the species led to further sightings in 2010, 2012, and 2014. While it is completely possible that there are quite a few growler bears in the wild today, only 3 specimens have been conclusively confirmed. Number 8. Wolfin. This sea creature is the product of an inbreeding between a whale and a dolphin. Although both animals belong to the same family, they mostly take after the appearance of their dolphin mums, although a bit larger. The mating of both creatures is recorded in the wild and in captivity. The first recorded wolfin was born and raised in captivity in Japan SeaWorld located in Tokyo back in 1981. Unfortunately, the pup died after 200 days. In the US, a wolfin was born in Sea Life Park in Hawaii in 1985 and was named Kekemalu. She was born from the breeding of a false killer whale named Tanui Hahai and a bottlenose dolphin named Punahele. The female wolfin gave birth to 3 more hybrid pups in captivity, but only 1 pup managed to survive. Number 7. Geep. An animal that you get from crossing a goat and a sheep is already a weird animal in itself, but it actually gets much weirder. There are, believe it or not, 2 types of geep, namely a sheep-goat chimera and the sheep-goat hybrid. What's the difference? Well, I'm glad that you asked. The chimera geep is the product of combining sheep and goat embryos and implanting them to the parent animal, while a hybrid geep is the product of a natural mating between a goat and a sheep. To avoid confusion, it's best to call the latter by its other, albeit less cool name, a shoat. The first recorded mating of a sheep and a goat in captivity was in 2000 at the Botswana Ministry of Agriculture. The offspring had the height of a goat, but was built stockily like a sheep. Its fur was a coarse outer coat, just like a goat, but it also has a woolly inner coat like a sheep. Most of the offspring of the goat and sheep are infertile and were known to have Haldane's rule, which was common in the male hybrid species. Number 6. Dzou. The name Dzou may sound intimidating, but it perfectly fits the hardiness of the animal it represents. Dzou is the Tibetan name for a hybrid offspring of a yak and domestic cattle. They are also sometimes called yakal or yakao, and in Mongolia they call these hybrids kainag. The dzou is the name of the male offspring of the hybrid. Like most hybrid males, they are infertile as they are suffering from heterosis. They have larger bodies compared to your garden variety yak and cattle, and they are stronger too. Unlike the males, the females, who are called zomo or jom, are actually fertile. The crossbreeding of these two giant land beasts has been happening for centuries. They are far stronger than both their parents and thus more productive. They also have more meat and produce more milk. Although most hybrids tend to be weaker than their purebred counterpart, the Zoo has inherited the strong genes of his parents. This is due to the careful selection of animals to interbreed by the ancient people of Tibet. Number 5. Savannah cat. Savannah cats are what you get when you crossbreed a wild serval cat and a common domestic cat, and are considered the biggest domestic cats in the world. But breeding Savannah cats isn't as easy as getting a serval and a house cat to, get it on. You see, not all offspring of this feline union can be considered true Savannahs. Only those with certain spots and patterns are accepted by TICA, or the International Cat Association. This breed was made in 1986 when a male serval was crossbred with a Siamese cat. The owners gave the resulting kitten the name Savannah, and somehow it stuck. Savannah cats have a tall but slim build. A first-generation Savannah cat will possess more characteristics of its wild ancestors, while the traits will be reduced every generation. Number 4. Coy wolf. The coy wolf, also known as the coy dog, the eastern coyote, the tweed wolf, the brush wolf, the northeastern coyote, or the new wolf, was first described by scientists in the 1960s. Its population has quickly grown to millions and is quickly expanding into the southeast, drawing on the most advantageous features of each of the canid members that make up its hybridized DNA to spread and flourish in areas that have been traditionally inhospitable to purebred coyotes and purebred wolves. To put it simply, a coy wolf is a hybrid which is a result of a coyote and a wolf mating, but it's not as simple as that. There have been specimens that not only possess the DNA of both coyote and wolf, but also domesticated dog DNA. Biologists suspect that the interbreeding that led to the coy wolf began a century or two ago. Number 3. Liger. I know you've heard about ligers, the Power Rangers made sure of that, but do you know what they actually are? A liger is an offspring of a male lion and a female tiger. On the flip side, if the dad is a tiger and the mum is a lioness, the resultant offspring is called a tigline, but they are not the same animal. Ligers are way larger than tiglions and are in fact the largest of the big cats. They can reach a total length of 11.8 feet. Hercules, the largest non-obese liger, is recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest living cat on Earth, weighing 922 pounds. Hercules was featured on the Today Show, Good Morning America, Anderson Cooper 360, Inside Edition, and in a Maxim article in 2005, when he was only 3 years old and already weighed 900 pounds. They are very playful and sociable like lions, and enjoy being in the water a lot like tigers. The earliest record of ligers go all the way back to India during the 19th century. They have been presented to European royalty in 1837, specifically to King William, and became so sought after that they were considered status symbols of the time. These big cats tend to suffer more from diseases and neurological disorders compared to other hybrids. Number 2. Leopard. As it turns out, cats are one of the easiest of all animals to interbreed. Hence, there are a lot of cat hybrids in the world, and the leopard is just one of them. Like ligers, the two big cats were first interbred in India, a place where it seems that crossbreeding two different species of top predators is pretty much okay. In modern times, it's the Koshi and Hanshin Park in Japan that is the leader in breeding leopards, but that's only because they wanted to differentiate themselves from other zoos who are all trying to breed ligers. Leopards are larger than leopards, but they still retain the leopard's climbing ability. They also like swimming like leopards, so it's safe to say they took a lot more from mum than dad. Instead of having black spots, theirs are brown, and their tails are also tufted. Their head resembles that of a lion, while their body is leopard-like. Some male leopards develop manes as well. Number 1. Green sea slug. The green sea slug, also known as the Eastern Emerald Elysia, is, believe it or not, part animal and part plant. That's because these animals, unlike no other, can survive purely by photosynthesis, which is, if you weren't paying attention in biology class, the way that plants eat. The slug does this by eating algae, then using the algae's chloroplasts for photosynthesis in a process called kleptoplasty. As a result, adult slugs are usually bright green in color and is found on the east coast of the United States. They live mostly in salt marshes, tidal marshes, and creeks with a depth of about 0.5 meters. One great benefit of looking like algae is camouflage. They look so much like plants that predators just pass them by. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. Like the video if you do, and leave a comment. Also make sure to check out the channel's other amazing content. And as always, thanks for watching.